Botswana, the burning heart in the arid lands of southern Africa. A world where life is as fragile as a breath and death waits in every watchful eye. Here, severity is the law and instinct is the only guide. This is the wilderness where every soul fights for survival, every second of every minute. The midday sun beats down with such ferocity it dictates a truce. For most, this is a time for stillness. But hunger is a powerful exception to the rule. But they are also consummate opportunists, and a solitary quarry is an irresistible prize. And so a race begins. Not just against the fading strength of their quarry, but against a far more relentless clock. The sun itself. Every passing second brought them closer to a fateful victory. Even alone, a full-grown buffalo is a formidable adversary. A single sweep of its horns could easily prove fatal. Driven to the very edge of heat exhaustion, they finally wrestled the colossal beast to the ground. But the great bull is far from defeated. Against all odds and the weight of the entire pride, he summons the strength to rise. And in this moment, the tide begins to turn. After a 20-minute struggle, the lions are utterly spent. Now, it is the buffalo that possesses the reserves to end this mortal contest. In this harsh and unforgiving landscape, the struggle between predator and prey is at its most raw. From the bush, a lion steps into the clearing. They call him Shadow, a name that speaks of a destiny forged in the heart of this ancient land. The name fits him well. His mane, the mantle of an ancient warrior, gleams with gold and jet, especially thick and dark across his chest. His powerful frame moves with a slow, controlled grace. Each step is deliberate and sure, an assertion of the power he holds at 8 years of age. His face is a map of past battles etched with scars. This is no mere predator, but a seasoned combatant. He walks through the scorched grass with no need to hide or look back. This is his time, his land, and his family. He is approaching his pride. In the shade of a tree, lioness's young males and 4 small cubs are waiting. Tiny paws cling to a mother's soft flank, while milk teeth test an ear, a tail her patient hide. They do not yet know this world can be brutal. They know only their mother's warmth, and she knows he is near. The lionesses have sensed his presence. One, acting as a sentry, lifts her head slightly. Her ears are pricked, her eyes bright with confidence. Shadow draws closer. His eyes are a warm amber, yet his gaze holds an immense authority. He pauses at the edge of the thicket, surveying his domain with a regal air, before unhurriedly lifting his tail to mark his claim. This is his land. One of the lionesses, perhaps his younger mate, trots forward. She nudges Shadow's flank playfully. A gentle nip to the neck is a gesture of affection, not a challenge. Her eyes sparkle as she gives a low purr. But his attention is drawn further. He looks towards Kali. Kali lies in the shade, relaxed but ever vigilant. Her tail twitches softly, and on her back her cubs are at play. Kali rises and moves towards Shadow, her boisterous cubs trailing behind her, overjoyed to see their father's return. Kali approaches with the quiet confidence and tenderness known only to long-bonded mates. Her every movement seems to say, "You are home." Meanwhile, the bravest of the cubs has discovered the black tuft on Shadow's tail. It pounces as if it were the most magnificent toy. tail flicks, but shadow does not pull away. The formidable king of the pride is now simply a father. Shadow is not hungry. Nearby, the half-eaten carcass of an impala is the evidence of a swift royal hunt. Now the first of the scavengers begin to arrive. A helmeted guinea fowl with its red face and grey plumage struts confidently. It seeks not meat but the insects that have begun to gather on the remains of the feast. It knows the lion is sated and will not return. Among the dry branches, a crested barbet sits motionless. Its vibrant plumage seems made to stand out in the vivid world of the savanna. Perched in the gnarled branches, a crested barbet. Its existence, a masterclass in foresight. With a beak strong enough to splinter bark, it unearths a beetle larva. But this is not for today. In a world of constant uncertainty, it practices a rare art among birds, saving for a time of need. With a beak as red as fire and a keen eye, the southern ground hornbill is a living symbol of the African savanna. It strides purposefully across the parched earth, searching for small insects under leaf litter and dry grass. When the breeding season arrives, the female seals herself inside a tree hollow, depending entirely on her faithful mate to pass morsels of food through a narrow slit. This bird's distinctive booming call is a familiar refrain in this wild land. Though small, the ground hornbill is a brave warrior, ever alert to the dangers that lurk in the wilderness. Two Smith's bush squirrels sit on a fallen log. This arched trunk may very well be their home. They hold something in their forepaws, nibbling rapidly while their bushy tails twitch. These squirrels move across the ground with confidence. One pauses, sniffing the air, while the other is already foraging in the dry grass. Smith's bush squirrel is a diurnal species living in the savannas and open woodlands of southern Africa. Their diet consists of seeds, fruits, insects, and occasionally birds' eggs. They prefer to eat what they find immediately rather than hoarding it. Meanwhile, Callie is playing with her cubs. They lie in the tall grass near a fallen tree, a cozy refuge. The young ones clamber over their mother, wrestling playfully with one another, grabbing at ears and tails. One climbs the log and attempts a leap onto its sister, clumsy but full of spirit. Carly leans in, opens her mouth, and gently clasps the scruff of her cub's neck. The same jaws that can kill an antelope are now a vessel of tenderness. For her it is a lesson, for them it is a game, but for the pride they are its most precious and vulnerable asset. As youngsters, they could be hunted by jackals, hyenas, even eagles. But there are also invisible enemies, ticks, fleas, and parasitic infections. For now, however, they appear quite healthy. Their eyes are clear. Their mother licks them constantly, not just to clean their fur, but to reassure them. In her milk lies their first protection, and she gives it generously. Each day is a test, but they live their lives to the fullest. Callie remains with her cubs. Her movements are slow, precise, almost ceremonial. She licks one cub's ear while gently pushing another away with her paw, as if to say, "Your turn will come." A litter of 4 is by no means rare. A lioness can have from 1 to 6 cubs, but 2, 3, or 4 is most common. number of surviving young depends on many factors: the mother's age and health, and the condition of the environment. A lioness gives birth alone. She leaves the pride seeking a secluded den. For the first few weeks, it is just her and the new lives. Then she will bring them back. The pride is her support and also her responsibility. In a typical pride, there are between 2 and 4 adult females. Their cubs are raised communally, suckling from one another and protected by all. And most importantly, 1 or 2 adult males. As long as they reign, order is maintained. But this order is not eternal. One day strangers will come to challenge them. If they succeed, they will kill all cubs that are not of their bloodline, not out of cruelty but out of instinct. Kali and the other lionesses know this. It is why they stay together. But for now, Shadow is near, and he is their protector. As long as he is strong, they can play in safety. Shadow lies under a tree. His deep, vibrating roar is not a threat, but a declaration: I am here. To other lions, it is a warning. This territory is taken. To his pride, it is reassurance. His voice is a protective wall. The lionesses hear it, and they know they are safe. A loud roar can be heard from over 5 miles away. Even when there is no one in the bush, he still calls out to let all know his family is here. He seems to be resting, but in reality, he is at work. He is keeping his entire world in balance. Beneath a bush, 2 male lions are resting. One is Shadow. The other is almost his duplicate, with a mane only slightly darker. This is likely his brother, his ally, in protecting the pride. But the cubs have no desire to sleep. They run, wrestle, and make mischief. Two of them sneak up on Shadow. One clambers onto his back, while the other makes a surprise leap onto his belly. Shadow is startled from his sleep. He lifts his head with a look of sternness, but not anger. Meanwhile, another cub turns to Shadow's brother and begins to lick his enormous paws. The male lion merely squints his eyes and rolls over to enjoy it. The cub continues its grooming game, and Shadow's brother suddenly rises, batting at it gently with his broad paw. It is only a game. Now, two others begin to chew on the tuft of Shadow's tail, growing ever bolder. Shadow closes his eyes again, trying to ignore their antics. But soon the others join in. When another cub runs at full speed and crashes into Shadow's back, he sighs, gets up and walks away. But then Shadow's roar catches in his throat, silenced not by a challenge, but by a presence that demands respect. Through the trees, grey mountains take shape. Elephants. They move with the weight of ages, and for them, the king of beasts is merely a part of the landscape they command. A herd of elephants appears between the trees. They move slowly, as if the forest itself is parting to let them pass. They pay no mind to the lions. To them, lions are just noise in the landscape. They are the powerful ones and all know it. Elephants live in families. An old wise female leads as matriarch. She remembers where to find water, where to find salt, where the rains have fallen. The herd communicates not just with sound, but with vibrations that travel through the ground. They can sense one another from miles away. After wandering near the pride for a time, the elephant herd turns towards the open plain. They are heading to where the forest ends to a place of importance, or perhaps simply continuing their journey. Shadow is thirsty. He walks to the waterhole alone, slowly and with confidence. He lowers his head and begins to drink. Water is a rarity, and each sip is almost a ritual. He drinks deliberately without haste. He drinks alone, slightly apart from the others. This is his territory, his water source, and he behaves with the dignity of one who holds power. Two lionesses arrive later but do not approach him. They choose another spot at the waterhole, keeping a respectful distance. Between them and Shadow is not just a physical space, but a boundary of roles, habits, and hierarchy. He is the leader. They are part of the pride. Two cheetahs appear on the open plain. Their steps are hurried, their bodies tense. They are leaving frequently, looking back as if sensing the threat from the lion's territory. When a cheetah crosses that invisible line, if spotted by an adult male lion, it stands no chance. A lion does not kill a cheetah for food. It is an act of dominance, an elimination of a competitor. The cheetah's agile body cannot withstand the lion's power. One pounce, and it is over quickly. After the lion pride has departed, an elephant herd approaches the waterhole. Among the adults are two young calves. They rush to the water's edge, noisily sucking up water with their short trunks. Then they nestle against their mother's flanks for a familiar source of milk. Elephant milk is an essence of life. It is fatty and dense with a fat content that can exceed 10%, 2 or 3 times that of human milk. It is this fat that provides the energy needed for the rapid growth of their bodies and brains. It contains less lactose but is richer in minerals than cow's milk. Compared to human milk, which is tailored for brain development, elephant milk is fuel for a life of hard work from the very first weeks. An elephant calf nurses for a long time, sometimes up to 2 years or more. This drink is its strength and its protection. The waterhole at the heart of the Savanna is a crossroads for countless creatures. The quiet never lasts long. No sooner have the elephants left than a new procession arrives. First, the warthogs. They move with a spirited gait, their tails held high like antennae. Nearly every one has an oxpecker perched on its back. These birds perform a vital service, cleaning their host's skin of parasites and tending to small wounds. Guinea fowl, as always, are everywhere. They weave between the legs of the larger beasts, gleaning leftover morsels. And then a new wave approaches. Wildebeest. Their herd is vast, dark, and perpetually on edge. They move in unison like a single organism. They are wary, scenting the ground in a constant state of unease. They are the grazers who always know the price of a moment's inattention. The warthog, a creature that looks as if it was sculpted from the earth itself. Its skin is rough, its legs short but strong, and a pair of long tusks juts out like weapons. It walks with its tail held high. This is no random gesture. In the tall grass, the tail becomes a beacon, helping its young to keep sight of their mother. Warthogs are grazers, but they will not refuse roots, tubers, fruit, or even carrion if necessary. It does not build complex homes. An old aardvark burrow will suffice. It will back into the burrow, leaving its sharp tusks pointing outwards for defense. Though it may appear cumbersome, a warthog can run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour and becomes formidable when cornered. All that is left of the night's hunt are ribs, dust, and a lingering scent. Vultures descend one by one upon the impala carcass. By midday, they are finishing their work. With their long necks, they reach into the skeleton, using their powerful beaks to tear away the last sinews. Occasionally, a brief squabble erupts, but it is quickly over. Each has its share in this ancient ritual. They are the land's undertakers, performing a vital ancient rite. In their bellies, a fierce alchemy turns death back into life, neutralizing disease and purifying the soil. They are the silent guardians of the Savanna's health. At a distance, a marabou stork stands silently observing. Its time will come later when the competition has thinned. When only skin and bone remain, the flock of vultures takes to the sky, leaving behind silence and a purified space. The circle is now closed. What was once life has now become food. What was once food is now only bone. A giraffe approaches the waterhole. This is an artificial water source created to attract both animals and tourists. The giraffe appears to be adorned with a living necklace. It is a group of oxpeckers diligently picking parasites from its neck and back. This is an ancient and mutually beneficial alliance. The giraffe pauses its eyes, cautious. It knows how vulnerable it becomes when it lowers its head to drink. First, it cleans its nostrils with its long, flexible tongue. This dark purple tongue can be up to 18 inches long. For an eternity, it scans the horizon. To drink is to surrender its greatest advantage, its height. It must perform a dangerous ballet, spreading its legs, lowering its magnificent head into the jaws of vulnerability. And in the shadows, the lions watch. They know patience is the sharpest claw of all. It hesitates. It bends down slowly, then suddenly stands erect again, as if something has alarmed it. It tries once more, bending its knees, spreading its legs. The graceful creature now becomes angular and unsteady. It almost touches its lips to the water, but no, it straightens up again. Neck tense, eyes vigilant. Finally, when nothing else seems to disturb it, it bends down again, slowly, confidently. It begins to drink cautiously but deeply, savoring the rare chance to quench its thirst. On the giraffe's knees, the skin is often calloused and hairless. This is not a disease, but a result of habit and anatomy. When a giraffe kneels, this part of its body makes contact with the hard ground. time, the skin here thickens, becoming a form of natural protection. A giraffe can drink up to 10 to 15 liters of water at a time, but it does so quite rarely. Most of the liquid it needs is absorbed from the leaves it eats. Its spotted coat is for more than just camouflage. Each giraffe has a unique pattern like a human fingerprint. These patches play a crucial role in regulating body temperature. Beneath each patch lies a network of blood vessels that helps to release excess heat from the body. In the dusty landscape, a family of Burchell's sandgrouse is on the move. The male, with his shimmering plumage, leads the way. Beside him is the female, her coat a perfect camouflage, almost merging with the ground. Between them, the chicks scurry about pecking at seeds and insects. Their parents keep them close, using calls to guide and encourage them. The father displays a remarkable behavior. In the morning, he flies tens of miles to the nearest waterhole. The feathers on his breast have a unique structure that allows them to hold water. He soaks himself, collecting the moisture, then flies back. The eager chicks run to him and drink the precious drops directly from their father's body, a moving ritual of paternal devotion. Burchell's sandgrouse are masters of camouflage. They lay their eggs directly on the ground, and their color blends perfectly with the surroundings. The sun sets, painting the sky in shades of rose and ash blue. The shadows of the tall acacia trees stretch across the land. For the lion pride, things are just beginning. As dusk falls, the pride awakens. The lionesses stretch their movements, becoming more focused. The wind carries scents. Perhaps wildebeest are nearby, perhaps impala. Shadow and his brother stand motionless, listening to the distant sounds. Tonight, their duty is to keep watch. The lionesses disappear into the darkness. They move swiftly and almost without a sound. This is their time. They hunt not for sport, but for the life of the entire pride, for a tomorrow that must come. Meanwhile, the lion cubs have fallen into a deep sleep. They are curled together in a warm pile of fur. They sleep with complete trust, for they know the adults are beside them, that their world is beside them. And so, another day in wild Africa comes to a close. A day in which every creature has played its part, from the fragile sandgrouse to the mighty lion. Life goes on. Tomorrow it will all begin again. Africa, a continent where life itself moves to the beat of an ancient, immutable rhythm. But this stage is ruled by a caste of titans, a brotherhood of rivals known to those who walk here with respect and fear as the Big Five. They are the very embodiment of power, of resilience, and of the raw instinct for survival. Each is a warrior in its own right, sometimes an unseen force, sometimes a raging storm. From the patient stalk to the head-on charge, there is no quarter given to the weak. Here, any encounter could be the last. They are more than symbols. They are the sculptors of this land. Their trails carve its paths, their calls define its silences. They are legends written in the very earth they command. And in this world of no compromise, who truly reigns supreme? Beneath Africa's golden sunset, a creature emerges from the shadows. It is the African leopard. They are not the continent's largest cat, but they possess a potent combination of strength and agility that commands the respect of every creature nearby. The male leopard is a paradox of power, a ribbon of muscle stretching up to 7 feet, yet seldom weighing more than a man. It is a creature built not for sheer mass, but for devastating efficiency. Females, by contrast, are more slightly built, weighing from 62 to 132 pounds and standing about 22 to 25 inches tall. This difference reflects a trait known as sexual dimorphism, an evolutionary process that helps each gender develop to enhance its specific survival role. As light filters through the canopy, the leopard's golden coat is adorned with its iconic black rosettes. Studies indicate their patterns are not merely for camouflage. They also reveal how this species has adapted to specific habitats across Africa. Leopards in tropical rainforests tend to have smaller, denser spots to blend into the shadows, while those on the grasslands have larger patterns. Their entire body structure is a masterpiece of biology, compact yet immensely powerful, with muscular shoulders and legs. Though short, their legs are incredibly strong, allowing them to scale vertical tree trunks, while still gripping heavy prey in their sharp jaws. A leopard is often seen hauling an antelope weighing twice its own body weight up into a tree. This is no act of bravado, but a strategy for survival. Even more astounding is their vast adaptability. From the jungles of Central Africa to the high rocky mountains of Kenya, over 16,000 feet. This species can be found in most sub-Saharan regions. The ability to thrive in such a range of harsh environments makes the African leopard one of the most widely distributed big cats on Earth. Unlike lions that rely on prides or buffalo that find strength in numbers, the African leopard walks a different path. Silent, solitary, but devastatingly effective. That solitude is not born of necessity. It is in their nature. Leopards do not live in prides. Each individual holds its own territory. A recent survey revealed their diet is incredibly varied depending on the ecological region they inhabit. In areas with abundant antelope or warthogs, those animals become primary targets, but they also hunt monkeys, reptiles, birds, fish, and insects. But what truly defines their hunting prowess is not just what they hunt, but how they hunt. Unlike predators that chase with speed or attack with brute force, the leopard stalks like a phantom, closing in on its target. They move until they are only about 16 feet away before launching a precision pounce. A single bite to the throat or the back of the neck quickly suffocates the prey, ending its struggle. This method helps the leopard conserve energy, a critical advantage for a solitary hunter. Observations at Kruger National Park show that most hunting occurs from dusk until dawn. This behavior helps them avoid confrontations with more powerful competitors. Leopards also possess exceptional night vision and acute hearing. Biologically, their hunting success rate is not exceptionally high, at only about 38%. They do not always win, but they know when to strike and when to withdraw. Most importantly, they know how to keep what they have earned. In the wilds of Africa, leopards and lions are not allies, they are natural rivals. A study at Sabi Sand revealed that lions are responsible for up to 22% of adult leopard deaths, primarily through stealing food or targeting cubs. Leopards in turn avoid direct conflict. They retreat into dense forests, operate mainly at night, and use their climbing skills to hide food high in the trees. The rate of keeping a meal after hauling it up a tree is as high as 85% compared to just 42% if left on the ground. However, lions can scent a carcass very quickly. A male lion had located the tree where the leopard had stashed its prey. It attempted to climb the tree to steal the prize. The leopard hastily climbed to the highest branches, aware that the lion might actually reach the carcass. Although lions can climb in some situations, they are not natural climbers. The leopard let out a soft growl and swiftly pulled the prey higher, watching carefully from above. For a moment, the king of the Savanna is reduced to a frustrated grappler, his power useless against the vertical world. Defeated not by force, but by physics, he retreats into the shadows, his royal dignity momentarily bruised. Interestingly, the lion's advantage is not just in pride strength. It is also about size. A newborn lion cub weighs nearly twice as much as a leopard cub. They are also raised by multiple lionesses together, but a mother leopard is alone. That is why, when protecting her young, a leopardess becomes a fierce warrior. She often hides her cubs in rock crevices or tree hollows and watches over them constantly, as their survival rate in the first few years is only about 50%. Lions hunt leopard cubs, not out of hunger but as a strategy to limit future competition. If a leopard cub survives its first year, its chances of survival increase dramatically, reaching 80 to 90% in adulthood. But as adults, they face a new challenge: territorial overlap. If a lion discovers a leopard in its domain, a chase is almost certain to ensue. And though the leopard is often outmatched, it has never disappeared. It survives through adaptation, patience, and strategy. Among all species, the lion is revered as a king, but in the Big Five, it is just one member of the group. Male lions have a body length of 5.5 to 7 feet, not including the tail stand, about 4 feet at the shoulder, and weigh between 330 and 550 pounds. Their manes, a sign of strength and dominance, darken from light blonde to deep brown with age. Around them, the lionesses have a sleeker appearance, weighing only between 265 and 400 pounds. The roar of a male lion can carry for up to 5 miles. It is a proud declaration, "This is our territory." But that roar is more than a warning. It is also a call of connection, guiding pride members safely home. Hidden within the tuft of the tail is a hard, spine-like structure at the very tip, an anatomical mystery whose function is still not fully understood. In the past, lions roamed across Africa, Asia, and southeastern Europe. Today, only about 20,000 to 25,000 African lions remain. Their ideal habitats are vast savannas and grasslands, with acacia trees home to wildebeest, African buffalo, and various antelope species. Unlike any other big cat lions, are social living in groups called prides, a unique social structure in the feline world. Each pride typically consists of 1 to 7 adult males who are often brothers or individuals who have formed a coalition. They share the responsibility of defending a vast territory, sometimes spanning hundreds of square miles. Surrounding this male coalition are 5 to 15 related lionesses. They are the core of the pride, primarily responsible for hunting, raising cubs, and preserving the bloodline. A hallmark of lions is their clear division of roles. Lionesses carry out about 85 to 90% of the hunting. Groups of 3 to 7 lionesses execute coordinated strategies. Some ambush from the front, while others circle around the flanks. This strategy is particularly effective against large prey like wildebeest zebra or the African buffalo. A study by Panthera and the University of Oxford found that small groups of 3 to 7 individuals have the highest hunting success rates. Statistics also show that lionesses with strong social bonds are 30% more likely to live longer than those who are solitary. Meanwhile, male lions, though less involved in hunting, play a critical role in controlling territory, reproduction. When a new coalition takes over, a pride infanticide can occur. They eliminate the unweaned cubs of the previous males. This behavior, though seemingly cruel, reflects a biological strategy to maximize the spread of their own genes. Interestingly, prides do not always move as a single unit. They can split into smaller subgroups. This model is known as a fission-fusion society, a flexible social structure that allows lions to adapt more effectively to environmental changes. Research at Kruger National Park shows that leopards lose between 38 and 50% of their kills to scavengers, with lions being the primary culprits. Leopards often avoid areas with signs of lions and use tall trees and cliffs to avoid direct confrontation. A male lion spots a leopard with its kill on a decaying tree. The leopard had not yet managed to move the kill to a higher branch. Climbing ability in lions differs between the sexes. Male lions struggle to climb high branches, Their heavy weight makes it difficult to maintain balance. Their manes are not only heavy, but also cumbersome, obscuring their vision and easily getting tangled in low branches. Pity the leopard. It could do nothing but watch from above. As for the lion, although it couldn't climb higher, it found what it wanted, a portion of the kill left behind by the leopard. If in the previous situation the male lion seemed inflexible, the lioness, the main driver of the hunts, is nearly as adept at climbing as a leopard. A leopard had successfully hunted a young impala and carried it up a tall tree, as it often does. But two lionesses spotted it and quickly ascended. Perhaps this tree was within their pride's territory. A confrontation erupted. Perhaps the lioness came not just to steal the meal, she was also sending a message to the leopard that it did not belong here. After a few attempts to approach, the lioness chose to leave the leopard in peace and climb down, growling in frustration. But having a meal stolen by a lion is still better for a leopard than being surrounded by an entire pride. Such an unequal encounter was recorded. 12 lions against a single male leopard. They encircled the leopard and began to wear it down. The leopard's most ferocious counterattack was to lie on its back and use its sharp claws to rake at any lion that tried to bite it. But that did not slow the pride. One by one, they closed in and attacked relentlessly. Inevitably, the solitary warrior's strength begins to wane. The circle tightens, and under the weight of the pride, a life of silent stealth is extinguished by a roar of collective dominance. The goal of these confrontations is not always to secure food. One explanation is to eliminate a rival or assert control over territory. The lion's favorite meal is ungulates, but within the big five there is only the African buffalo. A single lion cannot take down an African buffalo alone. It needs at least one ally. However, things do not always go smoothly. To hunt prey 3 or 4 times its own weight, a lion often needs to mobilize the entire pride. The lionesses surrounded the prey from all sides, always dodging when the buffalo charged. It pushed against the lion's back and helped its friend to its feet. The mission now was to protect the buffalo's injured rear and find a path to escape. A lioness leaped onto its back and bit down, paving the way for nearly 10 others to rush in. The buffalo cried out in desperation. It was flipped onto its back, exposing its vulnerable neck. More than 10 lions surrounded it, but then they suddenly stopped and scattered. With help, the injured buffalo stood up again. Its body was now covered in wounds. The interruption had rekindled the pride's determination. They bit at its legs and back until it finally collapsed for good. Only then did the pride claim its meal. When a pride is too small adult, African buffalo are not an easy target. One study found that a lioness's heart makes up only 0.57% of her body weight, compared to 0.45% in males. If they cannot secure a throat hold, it is very difficult to bring down a buffalo. Now let us explore the only ungulate in the Big Five. Under the brilliant Savanna sun, there is a creature whose presence radiates a natural authority. This is the African buffalo, or Cape buffalo, a wild bovine built like a mobile fortress, heavy yet immensely proud. In nature, they are not predators, but they possess a power that even lions must think twice about. They stand from 3 to 5.5 feet, at the shoulder are over 10 feet long, and adult males weigh around 1,500 pounds, sometimes up to 2,000 pounds. Females are lighter, typically between 900 and 1,300 pounds. With such mass, a single glance reveals the powerful muscles rippling beneath their dark hides. Their coat color also tells a story. Newborn calves often have reddish-brown fur which darkens to black or dark brown as they mature. A buffalo's head is almost always bowed, not just for grazing, but as a state of constant vigilance. The African buffalo roams across sub-Saharan Africa, from the vast plains of the Serengeti to the sparse woodlands of Central Africa. They cannot survive far from water, needing to drink daily to regulate their body temperature and metabolism. Their primary diet consists of tall, coarse grasses, plants that many other herbivores avoid. A 1,500-pound buffalo eats about 33 pounds of grass per day. This intake not only sustains the individual, but also helps manage the local vegetation. Their ecological role extends beyond that of an herbivore. African buffalo help shape the vegetation structure and are a crucial food source for predators like lions. Many other herbivores choose to stay near buffalo herds, taking advantage of this living shield against enemies. The Black Death. That is the name local people and seasoned explorers use for the African buffalo. Not because of its coat color, but because of its fierce nature and indomitable strength. The strength of this buffalo lies not just in its massive frame, it lies in how they live, never alone. They are a symbol of herd spirit, of discipline, and of an unbreakable connection. An African buffalo herd can range from a few dozen to over 1,000 individuals structured into family units. Within the herd structure, males play a unique role. Young bulls from 4 to 7 years old, or those older than 12, often form bachelor groups. This clear separation helps minimize internal conflict and allows the herd to function effectively under the leadership of experienced females. Beyond their fighting ability, it is remarkable that an African buffalo herd does not move aimlessly. Their direction is often decided through a form of natural voting, where adult females express consensus through specific gestures. The most recognizable feature of the African buffalo is its massive set of horns. In adult males, the thick horns curve down from the top of the head. At the base, the horns merge into a bony shield over 2 inches thick, called a boss, a natural helmet. The distance between the horn tips can exceed 3 feet, and in rare cases can reach over 5 feet. And those horns can toss a lion if it dares to approach an angry herd. A typical herd of the Black Death has between 50 and 500 individuals. This number naturally surpasses that of a lion pride. In resource-rich areas like the Okavango Delta in Botswana, herds can number 1,000 or more. A pride of lions confronted them on the floodplain. Even young lions must learn to swim through the wetlands, otherwise they risk being trampled under the hooves of the African buffalo. On the other hand, buffalo calves are often targeted by lions. A mother buffalo must both protect her calf and signal for help from the bulls in the herd. When threatened, especially when a calf is in danger, the herd does not hesitate to counterattack. But in the Big Five, it is not just lions that threaten buffalo calves. The leopard, a master of the night, is also a formidable danger. Cape buffalo have fairly good daytime vision. A lone leopard is usually not worth the effort of chasing away. However, as night falls, their vision diminishes significantly. This creates an opportunity for a leopard to sneak close to the herd under the cover of darkness. Taking advantage of the chaos as the Cape buffalo herd scattered at the sight of a predator, the leopard managed to catch a calf. During the day, if a leopard happens to cross paths with a herd of buffalo, it would not even think of stopping. If the herd gives chase, the leopard can climb to a height the buffalo cannot reach. It then waits, watching for a moment of inattention from the herd to make its escape. What gives the African buffalo its moniker, the Black Death, is not its social structure but its reaction to danger. They are known for their aggressive temperament, unpredictable behavior, and extremely powerful defensive instincts. Even when facing elephants, the largest member of the Big Five, they do not always back down. African bush elephants and Cape buffalo are often found together in areas with abundant water and grass. But during the dry season, when water becomes scarce, elephants tend to dominate, forcing buffalo to change their drinking times. However, the African buffalo has a presence of its own. An elephant might chase it away, but not with force. One elephant used its trunk to shoo the buffalo away, but the buffalo refused to budge. The elephant then lifted its leg and kicked the buffalo in the head. It was immediately met by a butt from the buffalo's thick, heavy horns. In another instance, when an elephant shooed a buffalo away, the buffalo turned and stared at the elephant. It was clearly not pleased. Seeing the Black Death standing its ground silently, the elephant backed away and stood still until the buffalo finally left. But does that mean the African bush elephant is timid? Let's find out.
This is the highest percentage in Africa, reflecting the country's strong commitment to conserving its rich biodiversity. Each forest, each grassland, each river and lake here is home to more than 430 species of mammals, 11 species of birds, and 335 species of reptiles. Did you know that Tanzania also boasts Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest mountain in Africa, towering at 19,341 feet? This majestic ecological icon of the nation is where nature has gifted over 1,200 plant species, many of which are endemic to this sacred land. Kilimanjaro is like a Garden of Eden bestowed by creation, filled with natural wonders from lush rainforests to frosty plateaus. At the mountain's base, Arusha National Park stretches out like a perfect natural painting, covering an area of 213 square miles. From high-altitude rainforests to vast grasslands and wetlands, each ecosystem here tells its own story. Lake Momella, with its tranquil waters, shelters hundreds of waterbird species. Meanwhile, the Ngorongoro crater offers a vibrant landscape with lush vegetation and an incredible diversity of wildlife. Among the species residing here, one stands out, the black and white colobus monkey, also known as Colobus gereza. This primate, part of the Cercopithecidae family, is known for its glossy black fur, accented by striking white fur patterns. Did you know that colobus monkeys live in groups of 5 to 15 members, building close social bonds through mutual grooming? This grooming isn't just for cleanliness. It's also a way to strengthen group cohesion. The tall canopy trees in Arusha's forests provide an ideal habitat for colobus monkeys, allowing them to move easily between branches and stay safely away from ground-level dangers. Living in dense forests, colobus monkeys have developed impressive survival abilities. Their diet mainly consists of leaves, but also includes other plants such as flowers, buds, and bark. Their digestive system, with its multi-chambered stomach filled with microbes, allows colobus monkeys to break down cellulose from leaves into nutrients, ensuring survival in a challenging environment. Arusha National Park is also home to one of Tanzania's most iconic species, the Maasai giraffe, also known as Giraffa camelopardalis tipulskirchi. With its remarkable height and distinctive coat, this giraffe is not only a symbol of natural beauty, but also a testament to the country's rich biodiversity. The Maasai giraffe, one of Tanzania's standout species, is the largest giraffe, with adult males reaching heights between 18 and 20 feet and weighing up to 2,645 pounds. Its skin, with distinct, irregular brown spots, makes it easily distinguishable from other giraffe species. This unique coat also provides effective camouflage within the dense canopies of Arusha National Park. The Maasai giraffe obtains essential nutrients primarily by eating leaves from the tall branches of acacia and baobab trees. Thanks to its long neck and a tongue that can extend up to 18 inches, the giraffe can easily reach foliage that other animals cannot, especially during the dry season when food is scarce. However, Arusha National Park isn't only home to gentle herbivores, it's also the domain of a fearsome predator, known as one of the most effective wildcats in hunting across Tanzania's savanna and open forest ecosystems. Meet the serval, a wildcat scientifically named Leptalurus serval. The serval is a medium-sized member of the Felidae family, recognizable by its long legs and large ears. With its long legs and prominent ears, the serval moves swiftly through trees and shrubs, using its golden coat with black spots for perfect camouflage in Arusha's diverse ecosystem. Its diet is varied, consisting largely of rodents, which make up 80 to 90% of its meals, though it also hunts birds, insects, frogs, and occasionally fish. On quiet dark nights, the serval hunts silently. Its large ears allow it to hear even the faintest sounds, helping it pinpoint prey among dense shrubs. Once prey is detected, the serval approaches with stealth before making a precise, powerful leap. This skill enables it to catch even flying birds or insects, solidifying its dominance in the ecosystem. Despite being a seasoned hunter, the serval also faces competition from other small predators, like the African wildcat and predatory birds such as eagles. However, its nocturnal hunting abilities and flexible diet give the serval an advantage in catching smaller prey. When faced with larger predators, the serval often chooses to flee, seeking refuge in dense vegetation or rocky crevices. In Maasai culture, the serval is revered as a symbol of agility and skill, a testament to nature's incredible ingenuity. The serval's presence not only helps control the rodent population, protecting crops, but also contributes to the growth of ecotourism in Arusha. Thanks to its unique appearance and impressive hunting behavior, the serval is among the most admired animals for tourists visiting Arusha National Park each year. During the rainy season, thousands of lesser and greater flamingos migrate to Lake Manyara in search of food, taking advantage of the nutrient-rich algae in its waters. Lake Manyara, one of East Africa's most renowned alkaline lakes, has a pH range from 9.5 to 10.5. Nestled at the base of the Rift Valley in northern Tanzania, Lake Manyara stands out as a green gem amid the majestic natural landscape. The lake's area fluctuates with the seasons, averaging around 89 square miles, but expanding up to 127 square miles during the rainy season. Though its average depth is only about 10 feet, intense evaporation leaves behind dissolved minerals, creating unique waters that form an ideal habitat for more than 400 species of water birds. The lake is not only a paradise for birds, but also a habitat for a rich wildlife community. In the lush landscape of Lake Manyara National Park, African elephants move gracefully through forests and savannas, enjoying the abundance of water and vegetation that nature provides. This park is home to one of East Africa's largest elephant populations, with an estimated 300 to 400 individuals. African elephants, scientifically known as Loxodonta africana, are massive creatures that can weigh up to 13,200 pounds and reach heights of 13 feet. They are easily recognized by their large ears, which help regulate body temperature, and long tusks used for foraging and self-defense. Elephants are not only towering animals, but also symbols of deep social bonds. The group is typically led by an adult female, known as the matriarch. Elephants move in an organized, cohesive manner, protecting and caring for weaker members within the group. In contrast, males often live alone or in small groups, returning to the herd only during mating season. In the lush scenery of Lake Manyara National Park, olive baboons move in large troops in search of food and water. The olive baboon, scientifically known as Papio anubis, has a population of around 1,000 individuals at Lake Manyara, making it one of the largest in East Africa and playing a key role in maintaining the ecological structure of the area. Olive baboon troops, also known as parties, can range from 20 to over 100 individuals with a complex and nuanced social structure. Dominant males typically hold the highest positions within the group's hierarchy, but it is the females who create stability, forming strong social bonds that last a lifetime. They engage in activities like grooming each other, playing, and cooperating to protect the group from predators such as leopards and hyenas. The cooperation and mutual care among olive baboons exemplify nature's incredible design, where each creature has its unique role in the community, reflecting values of unity and compassion. In the deep blue sky over Lake Manyara, the African fish eagle glides gracefully, scanning the water's surface for fish and small birds. This bird of prey, scientifically known as Haliaeetus vocifer, is a symbol of sub-Saharan regions, inhabiting swamps, freshwater lakes, rivers, and coastal areas in Tanzania. They are primarily found around large lakes like Victoria, Tanganyika, and Manyara. The African fish eagle is a large bird of prey in the Accipitridae family, with a pristine white head and chest, contrasting beautifully with its dark brown wings and body. Lake Manyara, a perfect canvas of Tanzania's natural harmony and balance, sees the African fish eagle soaring like a true warrior against the radiant morning or gentle afternoon skies. With a wingspan ranging from 6.6 to 7.2 feet and weighing up to 7.7 pounds, these birds gracefully glide along the lake's edge or perch on high branches, observing every movement on the water below. Did you know this bird can spot prey from up to 0.9 miles away? When it detects a tilapia near the water's surface, the eagle swoops down at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour, using its powerful sharp talons, 5 to 6 centimeters long, to grip the prey tightly. Its leg strength is akin to a steel vise, enabling it to effortlessly lift fish weighing up to 4.4 pounds from the water. Although fish are its primary food source, the African fish eagle also preys on water birds, frogs, and even scavenges on carrion. Its adaptability and flexibility in hunting strategy are impressive. A study at Lake Manyara showed the African fish eagle's hunting success rate to be 50 to 60%, much higher than other raptors like the North American bald eagle, which averages around 20 to 30%. Let's continue our journey to Serengeti National Park, which spans over 5,700 square miles in northern Tanzania. Serengeti is a grand masterpiece of nature, with vast grasslands in the south and east, open woodlands, wetlands, and major rivers like the Grumeti and Mara. This place is not only a symbol of ecological diversity, but also a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1981. Serengeti is home to over 70 mammal species and the stage for one of the planet's most epic migrations. This migration occurs from December to October, showcasing both the beauty and brutality of nature. Although approximately 250,000 zebras do not survive the journey due to predation, drowning, or other natural causes, life continues to thrive. Serengeti's ecosystem becomes a fierce battleground where life and death intersect, creating a wild symphony between prey and predator. With around 3,000 individuals as of 2023, Serengeti hosts Africa's largest lion population, representing a significant portion of the global lion count. Considered one of the oldest populations, Serengeti's lions have adapted perfectly to the abundance of their surroundings. The diverse ecosystem of Serengeti National Park truly exemplifies the vibrancy and complexity of nature. A 2023 genetic study revealed that the lions here have a high level of genetic diversity, indicating stable development over generations in a rich and sustainable ecosystem. In Serengeti's vast grasslands, lion prides usually consist of 15 to 30 individuals, sometimes reaching up to 40, acting as true armies protecting their territory. As the migration season begins, these grasslands transform into a natural arena where lions demonstrate their strength and hunting prowess. The females, as seasoned hunters, work together to encircle prey, attacking from multiple angles in a display of true hunting skill. According to a 2023 study by the Serengeti Lion Project, lions here achieve a success rate of around 20 to 30% per hunt, much higher than the average for other lion populations in Africa, where it hovers between 17 to 20%. But remember, life in Serengeti is not always easy. In the dry season, when food and water are scarce, lion prides must travel up to 12 miles a day and often hunt smaller prey to survive. By controlling herbivore populations, lions directly influence plant growth, preventing overconsumption of grasslands and enabling sustainable savanna growth. Thus, Serengeti's lions not only maintain balance among animal populations, but also contribute to a diverse and complex food chain. In this ecological symphony, every creature has its unique role, carefully orchestrated by nature. Under the vast Serengeti sky, the eerie laughter of hyenas echoes, instilling fear in the herbivores. With around 5,000 individuals, the spotted hyena, Crocuta crocuta, is one of Serengeti's most successful predators. In hyena clans, females usually hold dominance, and the alpha female, often called the queen, is larger and stronger than the males. The queen not only leads the group in hunting, but also organizes territory defense, playing a central role in maintaining the clan's order and prosperity. Spotted hyenas in Serengeti have a high hunting success rate of 25 to 30%, especially in groups, where it can increase to 50% during large hunts like the migration season. This is one of the highest success rates among predators in Serengeti. The panic of prey gives hyenas a great advantage, allowing them to focus on weaker or isolated individuals, making it easier to attack and capture. Hyenas' ability to pursue prey is equally impressive. They can run at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour over short distances and can chase prey over long distances. With their ability to utilize every part of their prey, hyenas are not only formidable hunters, but also symbols of natural resource efficiency, completing Serengeti's wild picture. Spotted hyenas are not only skilled hunters, but also masters of commandeering prey from others. This act resembles a strategic dance, where hyenas adeptly enter food disputes, using distinct calls to summon clan members for support. In 40% of successful takeovers, hyenas often organize systematic attacks in large numbers, sometimes up to 20 to 30 individuals, surrounding and harassing lions to claim the prize. In Serengeti, spotted hyenas play a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance. As nature's cleanup crew, they help control herbivore populations, thereby protecting valuable vegetation from overconsumption. Through their hunting and scavenging, hyenas help sustain nutrient circulation within the ecosystem. With remarkable adaptability, spotted hyenas are not only Serengeti's warriors, but also guardians of natural balance, ensuring this ecosystem remains a vibrant symphony of life. Serengeti is not only the kingdom of lions and hyenas, it is also the hunting ground for approximately 1,000 leopards, Panthera pardus. Here, the leopard appears as a silent but powerful presence, becoming one of the most efficient predators in this ecosystem. The leopard's coat, with its distinctive black spots on a golden background, serves as both protection and perfect camouflage, allowing it to blend seamlessly into the wild. Each spot is as unique as a fingerprint, with no two leopards having the same pattern. As masters of camouflage, they wait in the shadows, using the low light at dawn or dusk to approach prey undetected. In Serengeti, leopards typically hunt Thomson's gazelles and young zebras, vulnerable targets due to their moderate size. With a hunting success rate of 35 to 40%, leopards approach prey with stealth, their sharp eyes fixed like arrows ready to strike. Once close enough, they burst forward at speeds up to 36 miles per hour, aiming directly for the neck or throat of their prey. In Serengeti's rich ecosystem, leopards stand out for their remarkable adaptability to various environments, from vast grasslands to dense thickets and rugged rocky areas. This predator seems to blend effortlessly into every terrain, like a skilled artist in every movement. As the mysterious guardians of the grasslands, leopards play a vital role in maintaining ecological balance. A 2023 study from the Serengeti Leopard Project highlighted the importance of these cats in regulating prey populations, especially during dry and challenging months when food becomes scarce. By preying on herbivores, leopards not only help control their populations, but also indirectly protect natural resources like grasslands and vegetation, ensuring these ecosystems remain healthy and sustainable. Serengeti is home to about 200 to 300 cheetahs, one of the largest populations of this species in Africa. The cheetah, a feline predator, is famous for being the fastest land mammal, reaching speeds of up to 68 miles per hour in short bursts. Known scientifically as Acinonyx jubatus, the cheetah is not only the fastest predator, but also the fastest land animal in the world. The vast grasslands of Serengeti are like a grand stadium, where the cheetah appears as a golden arrow, ready to explode with impressive speed, shaking everything around. Cheetahs can reach speeds from 50 to 81 miles per hour during short chases, which last only 20 to 30 seconds. This astonishing speed is due not only to their hunting instincts, but also to their refined and perfect body structure, making this feline the fastest land animal. Their long, slender, but incredibly strong legs are the primary source of their power, especially the muscles in the hind legs, providing powerful thrusts as they sprint. A flexible spring-like spine allows cheetahs to stretch and contract, covering distances of 20 to 23 feet in a single stride, enhancing both speed and efficiency with each bound. Unlike larger predators like lions or hyenas, cheetahs usually hunt alone or in small groups, often led by a mother with her cubs. Their preferred prey includes Thompson's gazelles, young zebras, and occasionally large birds. Cheetahs rely on a stealth strategy, using tall grass for cover before bursting into a swift, intense sprint that lasts only seconds but is decisive. Their goal is a precise attack, aiming for the prey's neck or legs, ending the chase in a swift, high-speed maneuver. However, despite being the fastest land animal, cheetahs often lose their catch to larger predators like lions and hyenas. To avoid losing their kill, cheetahs need to consume as much as possible immediately after capture before other predators appear. Additionally, cheetahs face life-threatening risks due to competition with these larger predators. According to a 2023 study by the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute, cheetah cub survival rates in the wild are extremely low, with only about 5% surviving their first year. Facing these dangers, cheetah mothers employ various defensive strategies to protect their cubs. They often choose remote areas with minimal lion and hyena presence for birthing and rearing. Cheetah cubs have thick, shaggy fur along their backs, resembling a small mane, making them look like a honey badger, a fierce animal that many predators avoid. This coat also helps them blend into the tall grasses of Serengeti, reducing the chance of detection. The cubs' calls are also crucial for defense. They emit high-pitched, gentle sounds similar to birdsong, allowing them to communicate with their mother without attracting predators' attention. These subtle sounds help cubs call for assistance when needed, but remain discreet enough to avoid being overheard by larger predators. However, the vast grasslands of Serengeti are not only home to wildlife, but also host to over 500 bird species, enriching this ecosystem. Birds with wide wingspans soar across the Serengeti skies, bringing life and constant motion, creating a vibrant portrait of nature. Among these notable bird species is the martial eagle, scientifically known as Polymatus bellicosus. This is the largest eagle in Africa, with a wingspan reaching up to 2.6 meters, making it an impressive aerial predator. According to BirdLife International studies, the martial eagle is capable of hunting large prey, including small antelopes, monkeys, and even smaller birds of prey. With excellent vision from high altitudes, it can track prey from a distance before diving at speeds up to 160 kilometers per hour, executing a precise and powerful attack to swiftly end the hunt. Another key figure in this landscape is the white-backed vulture, also known as Gyps africanus, one of Serengeti's primary scavenger birds. With a wingspan of nearly 2.3 meters, they soar high to spot carcasses from afar, capable of detecting them from several kilometers away. According to data from the Tanzania Wildlife Research Institute, a group of vultures can consume a zebra carcass in just a few hours. Although they do not hunt live prey, their ability to consume carrion plays a crucial role in preventing the spread of disease. Continuing our journey, we arrive at Lake Victoria, where the borders of 3 East African nations, Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya, meet. This lake, resembling a massive mirror with an area of 26,600 square miles, is the largest freshwater lake in Africa and the second largest in the world by area. With 49% of its area within Tanzania's borders, Lake Victoria is not only a vital water source, but also the heart of East Africa's ecosystem. As part of the East African Rift System, the lake formed around 400 million years ago, surrounded by fertile lands and villages. Lake Victoria feels like a world of its own, teeming with rich and diverse life. Beneath the cool waters of Lake Victoria, Approximately 30,000 hippos, scientifically known as hippopotamus amphibius, swim throughout the day, creating a vibrant scene in this freshwater ecosystem. These giant hippos are the third largest land mammals after elephants and rhinos, with males weighing between 2,200 and 4,000 pounds, resembling nature's tanks. Their thick, oily skin not only retains moisture, but also protects them from insects and reduces injury risks during territorial battles. On Tanzania's hot days, hippos usually stay submerged, surfacing only to breathe. Their large eyes and small ears rise above the water like natural periscopes. At night, they come ashore, moving up to 3 miles in a slow, heavy stride, consuming around 88 pounds of grass near the lake and wetlands, leaving winding trails across the green grass. Hippos play a crucial role in Lake Victoria, not only by supporting biodiversity, but also by creating natural water paths, which help retain moisture in wetland areas and regulate water flow. Despite their seemingly slow pace, these enormous creatures act as invisible architects, shaping and sustaining the ecosystem around Lake Victoria, ensuring a perfect balance for the region's wildlife. But it's not only hippos that inhabit these waters. About 20,000 to 30,000 Nile crocodiles also lurk beneath the surface, acting as nature's silent warriors. Known scientifically as Crocodilus niloticus, the Nile crocodile is revered throughout Africa. In Lake Victoria, these crocodiles find an ideal environment to thrive, allowing them to reach impressive sizes compared to other regions. Adult crocodiles in the lake typically measure between 13 and 18 feet in length and weigh from 100 to 2,200 pounds. Their thick, sturdy skin, ranging from gray to olive green, helps them blend perfectly into murky and muddy waters, making them stealthy and efficient predators, nearly invisible until the moment of attack. Nile crocodiles in Lake Victoria are opportunistic predators with a diverse diet. The lake's nutrient-rich environment provides them with a variety of prey, including large fish, mammals, birds, and even young hippos or antelope that venture close to the water for a drink. These crocodiles are terrifying in their ambush strategy, camouflaging themselves with only their eyes and nostrils above the water, like mysterious periscopes, waiting for unsuspecting prey. When the opportunity arises, they swim at speeds up to 20 miles per hour and strike with deadly accuracy. After seizing their prey with powerful jaws, crocodiles perform the death roll, spinning rapidly underwater like a tornado, subduing and immobilizing their prey through strength and persistence. They help control populations of fish, birds, and mammals that live near water, removing weak or diseased individuals and thus promoting the health of other species. In doing so, Nile crocodiles also contribute to reducing the spread of disease in the area. Continuing our journey, we discover a green gem rising from the Indian Ocean, where land and sea merge to create a unique and rich ecosystem, the Zanzibar Archipelago. This archipelago consists of two main islands, Unguja, also known as Zanzibar, covering about 643 square miles, and Pemba, with 381 square miles, along with several smaller surrounding islands. This land combines wild beauty and vibrant life, with a pleasant tropical climate, an average temperature range of 68.9 degrees Fahrenheit to 84, and an annual rainfall of around 59 inches. Zanzibar truly enjoys a perfect balance of sunshine and natural elements. Zanzibar's refreshing rains are like nowhere else in the world. One of the unique symbols of this island is the Zanzibar red colobus monkey, also known as Pileocolobus kirkii. This primate is distinguished not only by its striking reddish-brown fur, but also plays a vital role in the island's ecosystem and serves as a symbol of conservation efforts here. With a specialized digestive system unable to process sugar, the red colobus monkey is perfectly adapted to a diet primarily consisting of leaves. Its ability to consume large quantities of vegetation not only supports its survival, but also contributes significantly to controlling plant growth in forested areas. Additionally, this monkey acts as a natural seed disperser, helping to sustain and regenerate mangrove and tropical forests on Zanzibar by consuming fruits and spreading seeds through its droppings. However, the Zanzibar red colobus faces serious threats to its existence. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, it is currently classified as endangered, with only about 5,000 to 5,500 individuals remaining, most of which are found in the Jozani Forest Reserve. Current conservation efforts focus on protecting their habitat and reducing human-primate conflicts to preserve one of Zanzibar's rarest natural treasures. Additionally, the archipelago is home to a giant tortoise species from the Aldabra Atoll in Seychelles. The Aldabra giant tortoise, scientifically known as Aldebrachellis gigantea. This is one of the largest land tortoises in the world. Thanks to conservation efforts, around 200 Aldabra giant tortoises have returned to live in Zanzibar, contributing to the area's ecological balance. These tortoises can reach lengths of up to 1.2 meters and weigh between 200 and 300 kilograms, with some individuals even reaching up to 400 kilograms. With their sturdy dome-shaped shells, they easily navigate rugged terrain and can live up to 120 years or more. Aldabra giant tortoises are considered living witnesses of time, with dark gray shells and large, bright eyes that help them adapt well to the arid conditions in Zanzibar. These tortoises are cared for in reserves, where they are provided with a diet rich in leafy greens and fruits. As herbivores, they consume grass, leaves, and occasionally fallen fruit, helping to control plant growth. The presence of Aldabra giant tortoises benefits not only themselves, but also the local ecosystem, as birds and small animals often forage around their shells or follow the trails they leave. The presence of Aldabra giant tortoises creates an ecological connection among species, enriching the environment for all. Zanzibar, particularly the islands of Mnemba and Kizimkazi, is one of the ideal locations to observe bottlenose dolphins, Tursiops truncatus, in the Indian Ocean. This is one of the most common and well-studied dolphin species worldwide, known for its exceptional intelligence, complex social behaviors, and effective hunting techniques. One of the dolphins' common hunting strategies is group hunting, where they cooperate to encircle and herd their prey, usually small fish or squid, making it easier to capture. This process requires cooperation and effective communication, akin to allies in the battle for survival beneath the ocean's surface. Using echolocation, dolphins emit sound waves and listen to the echoes to determine the location, size, and type of their prey. In Zanzibar, bottlenose dolphins also play a crucial role in ecotourism, attracting thousands of visitors each year who join dolphin watching tours. The sight of dolphins joyfully leaping above the water brings delight to tourists while positively contributing to the local economy. Zanzibar is famous for its rich coral reefs, like the Mnemba and Pemba marine reserves, which are home to a diverse range of marine life, from small fish to mollusks and invertebrates. Amidst the vibrant beauty of the coral reef ecosystem, the black-tip reef shark, Carcinus melanopterus, stands out as a symbol of agility and strength. This is one of the most common shark species in Zanzibar's shallow waters, where they hunt among the coral reefs and along the coastline. The presence of black-tip reef sharks is crucial for controlling prey populations, indirectly protecting the biodiversity of the coral reefs. However, these sharks also face significant challenges due to human impact, such as the risk of entanglement in fishing nets or injuries from excessive tourism activity. These conflicts highlight the importance of protecting both the coral reef ecosystems and skilled predators like the black-tip reef shark, symbols of strength and balance in ocean life. Tanzania, with its rich and diverse ecosystems, is home to countless wildlife species. However, environmental factors, such as climate change and weather conditions, are significantly affecting the survival of these species. These changes not only threaten animal life, but also deeply impact hunting behaviors and the entire food chain within the ecosystem. Climate change has led to an increase in Tanzania's temperature, with an average rise of about 1.5 degrees Celsius over recent decades. This directly affects predators like lions and leopards, forcing them to hunt at night or in the early morning to avoid the extreme daytime heat, which often exceeds 35 degrees Celsius. In Serengeti, fluctuations in rainfall patterns are altering the timing and migration routes of zebras, a primary prey for many large predators. Reports indicate that rainfall in Serengeti has decreased by approximately 10% over the past 50 years, putting additional pressure on wildlife populations, forcing them to travel further in search of water and food, and increasing competition in the habitat. The survival of many animal species in Tanzania is facing extreme challenges due to climate change, particularly in the Serengeti and Ngorongoro ecosystems. The reduction in freshwater sources compels animals to congregate at limited water resources, intensifying interspecies competition. Natural disasters like floods also have negative impacts. For instance, flooding in the Lake Manyara area can submerge Nile crocodile nesting grounds, endangering eggs and young hatchlings. Wildfires, whether natural or human-induced, can devastate thousands of hectares of forest and grassland, severely affecting wildlife habitats. In 2019, fires in Tanzania burned over 2,000 square kilometers of vegetation, significantly reducing habitat and food sources for animals such as elephants, antelopes, and other herbivores. Not only do natural events affect Tanzania's wildlife, but human activities have also profoundly impacted their lives and hunting patterns. One of the main causes of wildlife population decline in Tanzania is the expansion of agriculture and urbanization. Road and dam construction also fragments natural migration corridors, hindering animals like zebras and elephants from accessing food and water and increasing the risk of vehicle collisions. Poaching and wildlife trafficking remain serious issues. Tanzania's elephant population dropped from 110,000 in 2009 to about 43,000 in 2022 due to poaching for ivory. The hunting of large species like elephants and rhinos disrupts the food chain and impacts predators such as lions, who rely on these carcasses during the dry season. Unsustainable tourism also puts pressure on wildlife. Tanzania is a popular tourist destination, attracting millions of visitors to national parks and natural reserves annually, but the noise and constant human presence alter the natural behaviors of lions and leopards, affecting their hunting success and reproduction rates. Wildlife is an essential part of the ecosystem and a priceless natural heritage of Tanzania. However, habitat loss, poaching, and climate change pose severe threats to the survival of many species. These challenges demand stronger conservation measures to protect wildlife, alongside sustainable economic development through ecotourism. In the book of Genesis, God entrusted humanity with the responsibility to protect and preserve his creation. In Tanzania, with its rich and diverse ecosystems, many conservation initiatives are underway to protect wildlife and their habitats. One of the key initiatives is the development of wildlife management areas, WMAs, managed by local communities who are directly involved in protecting natural resources and benefiting from ecotourism projects. As of 2023, Tanzania has established 38 WMAs, covering 10% of the national territory and protecting thousands of wildlife species. A notable example of conservation success is the Ruaha Elephant Conservation Program. In 2005, Ruaha National Park, one of Tanzania's largest parks, lost nearly 80% of its elephant population due to poaching. However, through collaboration with WWF and other international organizations, the elephant population has recovered, increasing to over 16,000 individuals by 2024. These efforts demonstrate that with commitment and proper conservation measures, Tanzania can reverse the decline of rare species. However, the work cannot stop here. The journey to protect nature is a long and global responsibility. In conserving biodiversity, we must continue to protect wildlife and their habitats to ensure future generations can inherit Tanzania's natural richness and diversity under God's protection. Hello everyone, we are Nature Moment. Welcome to the mysterious and adventurous continent of Africa, a place where the wild bursts with vibrant colors and life, teeming with energetic ecosystems. Today, we'll embark on an incredible journey together, exploring the 3 greatest safari regions in Africa. This trip will take you deep into the wonders of nature, filled with breathtaking beauty and fascinating discoveries. Are you ready for this unforgettable adventure? Leave a comment with the number 1 to let the Nature Moment community know. Let's journey across Africa, from the vast plains of Kenya to the awe-inspiring landscapes of the Okavango Delta. We will seek out the most stunning scenery and the most vibrant experiences in every corner. Each step we take will reveal stories of life and survival, immersing us in the very essence of Africa's wilderness, with the majestic Mount Kilimanjaro towering as the backdrop to this magnificent scene. On the endless grasslands of the Savanna, where the kings of the desert, the lions, peacefully gaze toward the horizon, we can feel the power and majesty that reigns over the land. This is a place where predator and prey coexist in a unique harmony, forming a fiercely dynamic circle of life.
Larger than all the other members of the Big Five combined, and the largest land animal on Earth, the African bush elephant moves across the savanna like a colossal sage. Adult males can stand up to 13 feet tall and weigh over 10 tons, equivalent to a fully loaded 6-wheel truck. Females are more modestly sized, standing about 8.5 feet tall and weighing from 2 to 3.5 tons. The most prominent feature on their body is the trunk, a true biological marvel. Composed of over 150,000 muscle bundles, it contains no bones, yet is strong enough to lift objects weighing up to 770 pounds and delicate enough to pick up a single leaf. The trunk is also an essential survival tool. In arid weather, a single inhalation can draw up to nearly 4 gallons of water. And with the 2 unique fingers at the tip of its trunk, an elephant can grip, twist, pull, or strip bark like a skilled artisan. Their tusks, which are elongated incisors that grow throughout their lives, are both weapons and versatile tools. Reaching lengths of over 11 feet and growing up to nearly 7 inches per year, these tusks are used for digging for water, stripping bark, and signaling age and status. Their ears are another example of sophisticated biological design. Not only are they large and shaped like a map of Africa, but they are also filled with blood vessels that help regulate body temperature. The ears also enhance their hearing, allowing them to detect infrasound frequencies below 1 kHz, which can travel for miles. Their grey skin, about an inch thick and deeply wrinkled, helps them retain moisture, acting as a natural coat that shields them from the hot sun and insects. The African bush elephant is not bound to a single type of habitat. They are found in over 23 sub-Saharan countries. In arid places like the Namib Desert, they can travel over 120 miles in a single night to find water and survive up to 4 days without drinking. They are an essential part of the ecosystem. By grazing thinning forests and creating trails, elephants shape the landscape. In ecological terms, they are known as a keystone species, a critical link that helps maintain balance across the entire ecosystem. Looking deeper into the life of the African bush elephant, it is not just its immense size that astonishes us. It is its remarkable intelligence and the complex matriarchal social structure it has preserved for centuries. Each elephant herd is a close-knit matriarchal community, led by a matriarch, the oldest and most experienced female. In her memory are the migration routes, hidden waterholes, and fertile lands through the seasons preserved like living maps. The other females in the herd, usually her daughters and granddaughters, form a stable social unit, collectively nurturing, protecting, and teaching the young. Meanwhile, young males around 12 to 15 years old leave the herd at adolescence, embarking on a solitary life or joining bachelor groups. At the heart of this intelligent and emotional behavior is a massive brain weighing over 11 pounds, the largest of any land animal. With a highly convoluted cortex, and up to 257 billion neurons, 3 times that of a human brain. Elephants can process complex information with incredible precision. Brain regions associated with memory and emotion, such as the hippocampus and temporal lobes, are particularly well developed, forming the basis for their extraordinary spatial memory. A matriarch can remember the location of a waterhole that still holds water after years of drought, leading her entire herd hundreds of miles to find it. Beyond spatial memory, they can recognize hundreds of individuals, both elephants and humans. An elephant treated poorly by a person can remember that face for decades and react accordingly if they meet again. Memory is not their only strength. They have been observed solving problems, a clear sign of thinking that goes beyond instinct. They use branches to scratch themselves or swat flies, and even work together to dig deeper holes when searching for water. In field experiments, elephants have cooperated to pull ropes or manipulate strange objects to achieve a goal. But what truly stuns scientists is the depth of an elephant's emotional life. An injured calf is comforted with gentle trunk touches from the herd. When a member of the herd dies, the others gather silently around the body, stroking the bones and tusks with their trunks as if saying a final farewell. Years later, the herd may return to the same spot, as if to pay their respects. To maintain such an emotionally rich and coordinated society, elephants have developed a multi-layered communication system. They use infrasound frequencies below the threshold of human hearing to send messages through the air and ground, reaching distances of up to 6 miles. These vibrations are not only felt by the ears, but are also heard through the soles of their feet, which contain extremely sensitive seismic sensors. Besides sound, they use body language, flapping their ears to warn or changing their posture to signal intent. A recent discovery in 2024 revealed that elephants may call each other by name. They use specific sounds to refer to individual members of the herd and respond accurately when their names are played back to them. Within the Big Five, the lion may be the African elephant's greatest adversary. Lions typically avoid adult elephants and rarely hunt their calves. But when food is scarce, nothing is impossible. Elephants have one of the longest and most complex pregnancies among mammals. The gestation period for an African elephant is about 22 months. A female elephant typically gives birth to only one calf every 4 to 6 years. At Chobe National Park, a heart-wrenching moment was recorded. A mother elephant went in search of water with her twin calves. According to conservation groups, only about 1% of elephant births are twins. In the wild, that number is even lower, around half of 1%. The lion pride had surrounded them, waiting to ambush from multiple directions. They were hungry. The two calves stayed close to their mother as they moved. The mother tried to shield them while remaining vigilant on all sides. The mother frantically searched for her captured calf, but the rest of the pride had turned on the remaining one. In a heartbreaking moment, the mother was forced to make a decision to save the one she still had. She could not lose them both. But lions can only challenge a solitary African elephant, not an entire herd. An incredibly tense confrontation was recorded. A herd of African elephants passed by a group of lions. The herd suddenly became aggressive. Their roars mixed with the swirling dust sent the lions into retreat. As they neared the riverbank, the herd discovered 10 lions feeding on a buffalo. Whether out of empathy for the fallen animal or some deep-seated instinct, the herd began to move quickly toward the scene. The lions responded with warning growls, but the matriarch charged, scattering the pride and lifting the lifeless buffalo. It was too late. Realizing this, the matriarch led the herd away, casting back a complex, tormented look. When a lion is alone, it is no match for an elephant. A lioness resting near a waterhole spotted an elephant approaching. With no time to flee, she hid behind the waterhole, hoping to go unnoticed. The elephant likely saw her while drinking, but remained calm. Then it sprayed water with its trunk, startling the lioness into a hasty retreat. Africa, a continent of giants, and among them one creature that bears the signature of time itself. This is the rhinoceros. Two distinct species, the white rhino and the black rhino, share this land. But their names are a story of misunderstanding. In truth, both are a stony gray. The name white is a corruption of the Dutch word weed, meaning wide, a perfect description of its mouth. The white rhino's broad square lips are a specialized tool for grazing the short grasses of the savanna. It is a living harvester, moving with its head held low, entirely focused on the bounty at its feet. They often live in small groups, a simple yet effective social structure in the vast grasslands. Its cousin, the black rhino, evolved down a different path with an entirely different menu. Though smaller, averaging between 2,200 and 3,300 pounds, it possesses a unique instrument. It is the pointed, prehensile upper lip, a remarkable and dexterous adaptation. This lip acts like nimble fingers delicately stripping leaves and fresh shoots from thorny branches. Regardless of the species, the rhinoceros is fiercely territorial. Personal space is paramount. Their boundaries are not drawn with lines, but are marked with chemical messages. Strategically placed dung heaps serve as signposts in a world of scent. Urine is also a signature, carrying information on age, sex, and even reproductive readiness. For a creature that is largely solitary, remote communication is a key to the survival of the species. Each day follows an ancient rhythm dictated by the sun and the demands of instinct. When the African heat becomes relentless, an essential ritual must take place: the mud bath. They seek out precious waterholes, cloaking themselves in a thick layer of mud to soothe the heat. But this muddy coat is not just for cooling. It is also a shield against insects and the sun. Their thick creased skin, though seemingly invulnerable, is highly sensitive to the elements. Once dry, the mud forms a second armor perfect for the long day ahead. A gentle giant, yet formidably equipped for survival. A true icon of the African wilderness. Among the big five, the struggle for survival is always fierce, but no animal has suffered losses like the rhinoceros. They are classified as critically endangered, with fewer than 28,000 individuals remaining at the end of 2023. South Africa alone recorded 499 rhinos poached in 2023. A number that thankfully decreased to 420 in 2024. Elephants too lose an estimated 10 to 15,000 individuals each year to the ivory trade. Lions and leopards, while not poached on the same massive scale, face deadly conflicts with humans and the pressures of illegal trade causing their numbers to dwindle. However, the year 2024 marked a turning point. A study confirmed that dehorning rhinos can reduce the risk of poaching by a remarkable 78%, a procedure performed on over 2,200 individuals. In Zakuma National Park, surveillance technology has helped ensure that no elephants have been poached since 2016. For lions and leopards, the use of electric fencing and sensor technology has helped to reduce conflict. Cape buffalo are also better protected through dedicated disease monitoring. Technology and community are joining forces, creating a protective shield for the Big Five. Every small action contributes to a much larger whole. To protect them is to protect our shared planet. wild labyrinth of channels and swamps weaves through sun-scorched grasslands. This is Nyerere, a living land poised on the edge of the Great Rift Valley in East Africa. Here, water, earth, and sun forge an ecosystem of both brutal harshness and bountiful life. As the woodlands fall into silence, another drama begins. The stage now belongs to the masters of the hunt, the sovereigns of the dark. The sky bleeds crimson across the still waters of the Rufiji River. As dusk surrenders the plains, the hunt begins not with a roar but with a whisper. A fleeting ghost of dust marks the passage of a cheetah, an arrow of sinew and bone aimed at the heart of the night. Elsewhere, under the same cloak of darkness, a different royalty stirs. A lion etched into the long grass becomes one with the wind. Each movement, a silent, patient verse in the ancient poem of the chase. Meanwhile, a herd of elephants approaches the swamp, their trunks coiling towards the water, drawing in cool, life-giving drafts. Hippos hold dominion over the river's depths. Cape buffalo must remain wary with every sip. Across the plains and hills, predators bare their claws, waiting for a single fatal mistake. The wild offers no mercy. For the rulers of these great plains, sovereignty is not a birthright. It is a lesson etched in dust and drought and paid for with the currency of hunger. Somewhere in this harsh landlion, cubs spend years watching adult females hunt large prey. This young pride, however, seems destined to learn through its own trials and its own failures. They move with the ghost-like confidence of their parents, a deadly pantomime of a hunt they have yet to master. Silence is paramount. The oryx can be alerted by the slightest sound. A flicker of movement. A calculated gambit learned from 1,000 failed attempts before them. A full-grown oryx with its spear-like horns is more than capable of defending itself against a lion so long as it holds its ground. But courage for the young is a fleeting resource. The hunt collapses, not in a clash of titans, but in a whisper of doubt. Today, hunger will be their only teacher, for on the Serengeti, failure is never the end. It is simply the tuition for tomorrow's crown. Across a land spanning nearly 11,600 square miles, every pulse of life is a miracle. Nyerere stands proudly guarding its wild and untamable spirit. Nyerere National Park is not merely a realm ruled by nature, it is the result of millions of years of geology and centuries of human history. The park was once the northern part of the Selous Game Reserve, one of the largest and oldest wildlife sanctuaries in Africa. In 2019, the Tanzanian government officially partitioned this section, creating a new national park to honor the nation's first president, Julius Nyerere. This vast territory covers over 11,302 square miles deep in southern Tanzania, more than 143 miles southwest of Dar es Salaam. On a map, it appears as a colossal green canvas threaded by the complex Rufiji River system and ancient rocky highlands. Though established relatively recently, Nyerere is now the largest national park in Tanzania. Its geological foundations arise from the East African Rift System, draped in ancient sediments, and alluvial soils deposited over millennia. This has sculpted a landscape of lowlands, swamps, arid grasslands, and dense miombo woodlands. Each corner of the park holds a world of its own. The tropical climate has two distinct wet seasons, a short one from November to December and a long one from March to May. The dry season typically lasts from June to October. Temperatures are relatively stable, ranging from 70 to 91 degrees Fahrenheit. These elements combine to create one of the most pristine ecological zones left on the African continent. Nyerere National Park is one of Africa's most precious biological reserves. It is home to over 2,100 plant species and around 430 species of birds. In this immense wilderness, unhindered by artificial barriers, Nyera has become a vital refuge for creatures that are vanishing from the natural world. The rare footprints of the black rhino mark the dry earth, a silent testament to an ancient being that endures thanks to fierce protective efforts. Here, packs of African wild dogs maintain their life cycles unbroken by the pressures of hunting or fragmented territories. Above the echoing call of the southern ground, hornbill cuts through the forest canopy, a sound that has fallen silent in so many other places. Nyera is more than a sanctuary for life. It is a final stronghold against extinction, a place where nature has a chance to heal itself. Along the Rufiji River and its tributaries, riverine forests and seasonal floodplains form the ecological heart of Nyera. The dense vegetation helps to retain moisture, regulate water flow, and protect the soil during the harsh dry season. This space is not just a refuge. It is a biological anchor that stabilizes the rhythm of life for the entire web of flora and fauna.